Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at the Infinite Potato Complex from Industrial Games. I should mention right off the bat that I do have a bit of a past with Nathan Corbin, who is the kind of lead developer, and in fact you will see my name actually scroll across as a special thanks. I do just kind of want to get that on the table there so that you know I do have a relationship with this developer, so that there isn't any kind of clouding of personal bias or anything. There you can see my special thanks. This is because I covered another one of his games, Kaput, earlier in the channel's lifetime. I guess it would have been maybe 5 or 6 months ago now, but what I did with Kaput is I played an earlier version and kind of gave my thoughts on what should be added and what should be changed, and I'm actually going to do the same thing here, because this was made for a game jam, the Potato Salad Game Jam, which I had actually not heard of until Nathan contacted me, and basically he said that he is considering turning this into a full kind of retail game, and asked if I would give my thoughts, as well as, of course, as my audience, if you have any thoughts on things that should be changed, you feel free to do that as well. I will have links in the description to the download page for this game, as well as Nathan's homepage for all of his games. But with that, we're just going to jump in here. I have played a little bit of the game, and it is pretty good. I like it. It's kind of interesting. First of all, we have a potato gun, right? It's great. Who wouldn't want a potato gun? That's pretty awesome, first off. I like that. As far as, our goal in the game, I actually haven't beaten the game, so I'm not totally positive on where this goes. But we kind of scroll from left to right here, and we shoot down these alien creatures with our potato gun. We can collect ammo, which hopefully we'll get to see one here in a minute from a crate. What we're collecting here are coins. You can see in the top right we've got our coins and our ammo there, and in the top left we have our health. There are maybe some influences on this that I kind of noted when I was playing it. The biggest things that I can think of are like Flambert games, and that's certainly a very good influence to have, and then also Gunslugs by Orange Pixel, as well as other games by Orange Pixel, which is another developer that I've actually covered quite a few things from, and that's kind of a bit in the art style, I feel. And it's kind of a really cool mesh between the two. I mentioned Flambert games because we've got kind of their signature screen shake going on, which I really like, as well as the fact that what this is it's a really, really simple kind of distilled down concept, and I like that. I really like when games find a concept that works for them and they just really focus on reaching that and just kind of channeling that one idea, but doing it really well, and that's definitely what we've got here. There are some things that I think could be improved, but as I said, this is a very early version. It's certainly not indicative of what any kind of final version would look like, and that's actually what we're here for today, is to come up with what maybe this should end up becoming. As it stands, it's pretty simple, right? And I think part of what's keeping it pretty simple is maybe like a limited number of enemies, as well as a limited number of moves. I think maybe something that I would personally like to see. Wow, this is some really god tier RNG. We've got so much ammo going for us. It's really nice. Normally I have to end up spending a bunch of my money on ammo, so it is really nice to just get a bunch of it right off the bat. Yeah, but I think variety in enemies could be really, really cool, especially since I think it's every 2 levels we actually get to a new area. So I think the second area is the sewers. It'd be cool to see the enemies change up once we get to the sewers. And then another thing, and this is maybe changing a bit of what the core concept here is actually, but I think having a jump button and having some verticality to the levels as well could be really interesting and kind of change up some, just some of the moment-to-moment gameplay, if at times we actually had to climb up platforms and things like that. in order to make progress. You know, the other thing, and this is kind of a really simple one, but like adding small puzzles, you know, switch puzzles, things like that. I do want to levy one of my few complaints here. It's very hard to tell what this is going to do, and I pick it up and it turns out it's a triple shot. That's not bad, because I don't mind triple shot so much. Okay, see, but then this is like a grenade that shoots really slow. And you know, for me, all the weapons kind of look pretty similar, especially because they're the same color. I think you could even just make them a different color, and that might be enough just to like offset and make it a little easier to tell what they do as you're playing. But you know, sometimes I find that I kind of screw myself over a bit because I pick up a weapon. Oh yeah, and then we've got this. This is actually the dynamic camera, which I'm not totally sure if I like, and you can turn it off, but it makes it so when you've got one hit left, everything slows down whenever you're shooting, which is kind of cool. It gives it sort of a neat feel, but I don't know how much I like it. I don't know. I think maybe it actually just needs a little bit of tweaking to make that feel a little more natural. Okay. So that worked out well. Yeah, but you know, it does just get to the point where, at least right now, because there's only 2 or 3 enemies I've seen, it just gets to feel like a little repetitive, because we're just kind of fighting the same enemies over and over and going through pretty similar environments, even though they are very nice looking environments. And you know, it's got kind of this feeling of like an old beat 'em up kind of thing going on, because you know, there's lots of like jokes and stuff hidden in the environments, you know. So there's like, that's a good one actually. That's one of the first ones that's actually really made me laugh, is the shop_01, because I'm sure it's there on purpose, but it's made to look as if it's just like a placeholder name for the shop, which is really funny. Y Yellow is pretty good as well. But yeah, you know, I like seeing that kind of stuff. And then the other environments do a good job of looking different, at least the ones I've seen. You know, do a good job of looking different from what we've seen before it. But yeah, I think you know, one of the biggest things is just going to be more variety in basically every aspect. And of course, you know, I don't want to really lay any complaints on it, because like I said, it's a very early version, and I'm sure some of the stuff I'm saying is already being planned. But you know, I could definitely see this becoming sort of a you know, kind of an indie-fied, sort of simple potato-based Metal Slug kind of thing. You know, and that sounds great, just thinking about that idea. Whoa, okay. Alright, so my problem with the triple shot is that I end up running out of ammo really, really fast, right? Because we're shooting 3 times the bullets. Damn. Yeah, but you know, I think what is here... Oh, shoot, I pressed the wrong button. I actually meant to buy more ammo. But hopefully we end up being okay here. You can actually run out of ammo. It is that kind of game, and I think that's cool. I think that's a nice concept. It does, you know, it kind of adds sort of a constantly running puzzle, because you always have to be deciding. So like, there I am. Although I will say, like, it's a little weird that it's got a 1 left over, and that happened before when I ran out of ammo as well, is that it had 1 ammo left when I actually had none. So that's kind of strange. Probably just a little coding bug sort of thing going on. But yeah, you know, I definitely think that the concept is strong. I think it's fun. That's the biggest thing, and it's always kind of my question about games I'm playing, especially these jam games, is I'm always asking, is it fun? Because yeah, it's cool to see something made in a short amount of time, and I think this was made in a week. You know, and that's always impressive, no matter what the game ends up being. But the ones that stick are the ones that are fun. And a lot of times, the ones that are the most fun are the ones that translate well to becoming a full game, and I definitely think that this could do that. I think it could be, you know, a pretty fun full game. I think one of the things that could really maybe keep the gameplay interesting and keep you coming back is like an upgrade system kind of thing. That's one of the thoughts I had, is just, you know, if you think about like being able to, I mean, you know, past just the 3 simple upgrades. And the reason I think about it is because it seems like it's already kind of there, because you can buy supplies in between each level. But it'd be cool if you could actually buy like real upgrades to your character as well. You know, upgrade your health, things like that. I'm sure there, you know, you could think of plenty of things that could be upgradable for this kind of thing. You know, and if you've got ideas, really if you've got ideas about any of it, feel free to comment, because for this kind of thing, you know, ideas come from everyone, and that's a good idea. Basically, like, that's what it is. Like, that's what it comes down to, is that anyone can have a good idea for this kind of stuff, and you don't have to be a game designer to have good ideas for what a game is. Like, I feel a lot of the times that, you know, and this is one of the reasons that I talk to Nathan a lot, and why I like a lot of his games, is I feel like a lot more developers should maybe be closely interacting with fans, and should be closely interacting with people who play games often. Because it's one thing to have your own tastes in what a game should be, and that's awesome, right? And I think that game designers should definitely have that. But it also helps a lot to actually talk to the people who are going to be your audience and say, like, what do you want to see in a game like this? And, you know, I think that's where we come in. That's where, you know, and I think that's kind of the beauty of sort of this, first of all, the jam game thing, but also like early access and programs like that, is that we can actually influence a game and help the designer come up with things that maybe they haven't thought of yet. So, you know, I'm not totally sure where Nathan's at as far as what he's thought of, but these are just kind of some of my thoughts playing the game. And, you know, like I said, you're definitely welcome to comment and post your own as well. And I definitely encourage you to do that. But yeah, you know, like I said, I actually haven't gotten this far, so this is kind of cool. I do like that we're at a potato farm. That makes sense. Oh, right, the other thing I was going to mention, I'd love to see like a story. Just like a super silly story. I think there's kind of some hints at a story, right? Like when you die, it talks about like the potato lord taking over everything. But yeah, I'd love to see that like fleshed out and get like these silly potato-based jokes thrown into like a potato-based cutscene, and you know, just to like really go over the top with the whole story. I think that could be really big, and that could be something that really makes it pretty fun and memorable. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna get health and ammo. It'd be cool if I could make it past this section as well. The problem is, right, I just keep running into this situation where I'm like relying on these ammo drops to really keep me going. It's about all that I've got left. Oh, there's health. Yes. Okay, now I need another ammo drop. Oh no. Oh no, we're not gonna make it. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was pretty good though. Yeah, so it says the armies of Dark Lord Tater are now unstoppable. Yeah, I really like that. I don't know what the difficulty thing is about. I wonder if that's randomized. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I think that those are all definitely ideas that I'd love to see incorporated. Trying to think if there's something else. Oh, well, I guess like the other things to mention are the music and the art. You know, I did mention the art a little bit. Wow, I kind of just went Rambo on this one and sort of ram right in for it. Boom. Yeah, that's the thing. You kind of have to play safe, and I guess that's where like a jump could come in. Is right now there's kind of only one way to play that works, and it's kind of this slow-moving kind of, you know, kind of like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm not like, just like running straight through, because you want to try and stay out of the enemy's range. So I don't know, I guess there could be other ways. I think maybe other weapons too could really provide a way to allow different playstyles. You know, I guess it doesn't have to necessarily stay with the potato theme, but I don't know, things like I guess you could stay with the potato theme as well. Like, there's no reason not to, but like some kind of melee type weapon could really work as far as allowing a different kind of play style. But yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm at with that. The biggest thing from an art direction, like I said earlier, is I think I just want to see more enemies and maybe more characters as well. Like, since a lot of this stuff is randomized, it'd be cool to actually see randomized character as well, or even maybe a small character creator could work. And then the music I think is really good. Just want to hear more of it, you know, just different tracks, more tracks basically. But yeah, I really like what's here. I think it's a good start as far as the music goes. And I think, you know, I think all the sound effects actually are really good so far. Just need more of them, and that's all you really need for the full game. So I think the music and the art are definitely the right directions. I think for the most part the gameplay is as well. Oh, the last thought I had for gameplay stuff, and this will be kind of my last sort of closing thought, achievements. And I think that's super important, right? Because when I think about some of the games that this compares to, you know, I think about something, basically any game that has like a super core concept that is really just that one concept over and over. And then you ask, like, what keeps people playing? And the answer is achievements, right? I guess like a really good example that comes to mind is like Jetpack Joyride. Jetpack Joyride gets that perfect because there's always achievements, always little challenges for you to be going for. And that is something that will really keep you drawn in and playing over and over. And I think adding that, maybe adding little challenges or something like that, or, you know, achievements for beating the games in a certain way, will really sort of draw people in. Because I think something that a lot of developers maybe undervalue, and I'm not saying that Nathan does this at all, but I think that a lot of developers kind of don't see the value in achievements. But I know that there are a lot of gamers who, if a game has achievements, they'll play it just because it's got achievements, and they'll play it just to get the achievements. So, you know, if you do that kind of stuff, I think that could be enough to draw people in. Especially if this was going to be on like mobile, that could be really big to get people playing over and over. But I don't have any idea what the kind of target platforms are. But yeah, I think that's kind of my last thought on the game. Overall, I like it a lot. I think it's fun. I think you should give it a download. I think you should try it yourself, and I think that you should you know, come back with comments on what you want to see added or changed or whatever, really, because those are all things that can help. You know, we have kind of this awesome opportunity to talk about a game early, and it's you know, like, if we get too far into game development, it's too late to change things. And that's why I like getting my hands on these really early games, because I can go, this is a cool concept, I'd love to see it go this direction. And that's kind of something that we get to do here together, and I think that's an awesome opportunity. If you have any, you know, aspirations about design and you've got any ideas here, I would love to see you comment it. Definitely help Nathan out, and yeah, that's what we're here for. So, like I said, give it a download, check out Nathan's other games. He does a lot of cool stuff with industrial games. Both of those links will be in the description below. But yeah, that's all we're going to have for today. So as always, feel free to comment on anything that you would like to. Subscribe to see more from me, as always. And of course, if you like the video, please do consider clicking the like button. But with that, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.